I feel like I've thought of like so many different ways to kind of talk about my thoughts and my feelings about certain topics, but then when I actually go to film or talk about them, I like can't talk about them. And I don't know why. Like I can't formulate my thoughts on the topic. But right now I'm driving. I need to go pick up my glasses prescription. But I kind of just felt like I wanted to talk. I don't know about what. But there's been a lot on my mind lately. I guess we could talk about people talk a lot, and then sometimes when I want to talk, I just feel like it's adding to like an echo chamber of just people talking about things endlessly, and then it doesn't really matter. Also, that squeaky noise is from my car. I'm sorry. If you can't deal with it, then you should click off this video because it might start annoying you. But yeah, I feel like I've been thinking a lot about my presence as a person and what kind of impact I'm making. And then also in addition to that, where being an artist and being a creator kind of crosses like lines and crosses paths, because I don't want to have to be a content creator. But then it's like, how can you not be a content creator as an artist at this point? I don't know what I'm saying. But it kind of just feels like to do art or be a successful artist, people make it to seem like you have to have a social media presence. And I kind of feel like that is true, but then it also isn't true. There's a lot of ways you can be successful without social media. But I feel like I get really jumbled in my mind and other things because of that. Because then I kind of feel the pressure to make content. Defaultedly, I kind of am, because I want to share my art and I want to share my thoughts and like my life as an artist. And I also want to be myself. But then I get frustrated because I don't know. I find myself getting annoyed seeing the same things over and over again. But then again, I feel like I contribute to it because subconsciously I start to think about making things just for a platform. I kind of caught that and I try to stop and kind of think of quality over quantity. I'm one of those people though where I really like raw content or like effortless content because then it feels more real. This is why I can't even think or like pull my thoughts together, because my brain is going in so many directions, and I feel like it's because of social media and it's because of me growing up and thinking about my future, where it's gonna go, and like, can I do it without platforms? How do I do it without platforms? It just feels like such a closed space nowadays. But even though it's not, in my head, I think I just get so muddled. Another thing that's been on my mind is kind of just like, sometimes I need quietness, or I don't want to be constantly obsessing over images or taking images online. It's really hard to stop myself from constantly looking at art or constantly looking at images. And by images, I just mean like Instagram images, because you know how like on your explore page it's like constantly like stuff like that. But recently in my class, I'm taking like a arts and media culture class. There was like a lecture video and they talked about how our society now is kind of geared towards image obsession and appearance obsession, and like how we come off towards other people. And I kind of just thought about that a lot, because I was like, that's actually very real. Like, I feel like even though I feel that I'm authentic to myself, parts of it aren't authentic because my world is so involved in addition to social media. I try not to be on it all the time, but it's like a weird compulsion, which I'm sure a lot of people experience. That's why I'm trying to make this video, so I could just like get my words out and like maybe just get my thoughts in order. And I journal too, and I journal about like different ideas and thoughts and stuff. I feel like my brain is filled with like ideas of like drawings and paintings, and then ideas for content, and then ideas for like what I need to film. And then that's where it gets so overwhelming, is that I'm thinking about content while I'm thinking about my art, and then I'm like, is my art even truly me? This is so deep. This is like way too deep. It's not even this deep, but I like, that's like how I think sometimes. I'll be like so deep in my own head, I'll like being so deep with myself, and I'm like, it's not even that deep. Like, it's simple. I've just been trying to like take time away to myself, especially in the mornings. I'll like work out, and I'll just try to have silent moments with myself and my art. Like, I'll paint with no music and no videos playing, and just the outside sounds with my window open, and I feel like that helps a lot. But yeah, the topic of art and social media is such a broad one that I don't even want to begin to talk about it that much, because I feel like I could talk about it for hours. And there's just a lot of different things. I feel like I start to feel like I'm getting overstimulated or like annoyed when I see the same things over and over again, or I see similar art or similar colors or similar content. But then it's like, I feel like I'm doing the same thing, and I'm like, if I'm annoyed at myself, it's like other people are annoyed at me. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this, because I feel like it's gonna seem so confusing, but that's like the state of my brain. I can get in like the mode of like working and making my art happen and being creative, but it's only like so often, like maybe like once or twice a week, I'm like, I get a creative spurt, and then it just happens, and I feel like so happy with what I made. But then for the rest of the week, I'm kind of just like, meh. Like, I'm bored. Like, I'm bored of what I'm doing, and I don't know how to get out of it. But I feel like that's just naturally like the evolution of, I'm not a professional, and I also am not a mental health professional. I'm just talking. I hope some of you understand what I'm trying to say, or at least can relate a little bit. I'm either I know what I'm doing, or I have no fucking clue about what I'm doing. The only thing, I just try to follow my intuition, and if I have a spurt of inspiration, and then I feel like I make the most authentic, creative idea of what I originally thought. Like, I feel like I'm putting myself into my art and like onto the paper and onto the canvas. And then other times I feel like I'm a robot and I'm just like making stuff because what else am I gonna do? That sounds kind of negative, and that's like not bad at all. Like, I feel like I'm constantly sketching and drawing and painting, but then sometimes I'm like, where is this going? And I feel like that's just part of the process. Sometimes I'm really inspired and I love what I did, and then I'm like, wow, like I seriously have feelings for this piece. And then other times I'm like, I literally have no feelings for this painting at all, or like, I don't know. Let me know if you guys can relate to that. I guess that's just like a feeling all creatives have. Like, I feel like no matter what medium, there's always gonna be projects that you feel super attached to, and then other projects where you just feel like you're doing it just because it's like work or something, or like you have to do it. And it's also like, I feel like I'm saying like a lot, but I also think there's a part of it too where it's like, I don't want to be forgotten, I don't want people to forget about me, but then I'm also I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Like, that's like how split my thoughts are. Seriously believe in quality over quantity content, and like content that basically is like useless. Like, I don't know. That's the thing, I don't know. Like, I'm still new to this too. Like, I'm literally growing with everybody else. I have to go in real quick and get my glasses. Okay, I got them. They look like this, and they're really cute. That's what they look like on. I mostly just need them for driving because I lost my old ones and I could not find them anywhere. But my eyesight's fine for the most part. It's just at night I can barely see signs and stuff, so it's kind of dangerous for me to drive at night without them. But it kind of feels weird seeing so clearly. I'm like disoriented. I haven't seen so clearly in so long. But it's hot, and I'm gonna go get facial moisturizer now. I kind of lost my train of thought from when I got in Costco and left Costco. But hopefully it'll come back to me later. Sometimes I just need to talk about stuff and get it out there. But I feel like I talked enough because now I can't really form a thought about it anymore. That's how it goes with me. I feel like I think about it super hard and then I don't think about it at all. And then that's where it goes. But now I feel like I can just like sit and paint and draw or something, because now I'm not stressed about anything, even though I did nothing but talk. See, this is why therapy works for people. I also just found that I get comforted by listening to people talk, and then I hope it's comforting for you too, because then maybe we can like somehow do that for each other. And I think that's kind of wonderful, if I'm being honest. Like, that's kind of cool. Like, that's kind of beautiful. It's like I just want to take a peek inside other people's minds and like their lives, and like what do they think. And then I figured it's like I wouldn't mind letting you guys know what I think. Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about now. I guess I'm just gonna go on with my day. But I like my glasses. They're really cute. I'm loving them. And I can see everything. It's so weird. I feel like this isn't normal, but this is like what 20/20 vision is like. I've just been so used to not seeing much these days. Now that I think about it, I also am starting to feel like going out and doing things I like, or like staying home and doing things I like, that kind of make me feel like myself. I kind of just start to like have more creative thoughts and inspirations. And I literally just listening to a song right now, and it was like an older song that I used to really like, and I was like, it's called Current Strum Joy by Soma. I think it's Soma. And I was just like, life is like good. Like sometimes it really is what you surround yourself with and what you intake and like what you absorb. So that's why I remember stuff like that, and I try to be careful with what I'm constantly surrounding myself with, especially online, and kind of trying to curate what I'm looking at the best I can, to where I feel like it benefits me and inspires me more than it takes away from me, which is also a really tricky line, because comparison comes into play, and then so many things like become discouraging. Sometimes when I'm looking at other people's art, other inspiration, it makes me feel like I'm doing something, but I didn't do anything at all, and then my brain feels satiated, like I was the one doing it, or I made that. I don't know how to explain that, but I think it's real. And then it's like my brain is satisfied for only a little bit, and then I need more and more and more, and then I didn't do anything in person. The thing is though, like, I do a lot of work. Like, I draw a lot. As I said, I try to be doing things as much as I can, but sometimes I do find myself in like a day or two kind of spell, like I'm stuck in like a trance from over consuming, which I'm trying to kind of put a stop at, because I realized how much better I feel when I just take a break and then I am able to hear my own thoughts again. And yeah, that's what I came back to say, because I've been driving a little and I didn't it's really been, honestly, today's just a beautiful day. The things a beautiful day can do for you.